Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are Bad Moms in Business minus the B today. Bridgette could not make it here today, but nonetheless, we are powering through with a pretty important topic of what's been going on in the world. We know about the toilet paper shortage, right? That happened. We know about the formula shortage. We've discussed that one. And now we are in the middle of a tampon shortage. I apologize if you can hear my dog just absolutely losing his mind.
That is okay. He is upset about the tampon shortage.
Exactly. Well. He is outraged. Absolutely outraged.
I am speechless about this. However, I've managed to find plenty of words to discuss it during this episode.
Yes.
Well, I feel like while we can, in a lot of ways, fairly say if this was a man problem, it would be no problem.
Mm-hmm. You said a mouthful there. Right? A mouthful.
But instead of focusing on that, we'll focus on some solutions. And yes. I know. Okay. This is Amanda at 40. We've discussed I've gotten saltier and saltier as I've got older. Even my mom said so. So I'm sorry, everyone. This is me.
I'm going to stop you for a second because that was a little bit of foreshadowing with you getting saltier and saltier and saltier.
Spoiler
We'll get there. Everybody's listening. They're like, what
we are talking about? Halloween. Yeah. So, okay. If your shelves are empty, what do we do? And Danielle and I stumbled across a product that we've talked about multiple times on our podcast.
Yep.
So we're not being endorsed by any company or anything like that. However, we know, like, and trust our menstrual cups, our disc, and our period underwear.
If you guys are longtime listeners or watchers, you guys have heard us talk about these for the last 2 years now.
Yes.
We are big fans. So I started a menstrual cup during quarantine of 2020. I was like, this is the perfect time to try it out with the toilet paper shortage. I didn't know what else was coming. Luckily, nothing else came at that time, but I didn't know. And I didn't want to be, caught with my pants down kind of thing. Wait. So I was like, I'm going to try the cup. I had wanted to try it anyways. Let's be honest. And I was like, this is the perfect time. I can't leave my house. Like, in case there's any accidents, there's a bit of a learning curve. So
yes.
So I tried a cup and I wasn't 100% happy with it. And I can remember having a conversation with you and you fell in love with yours, like, right away. And so you introduced me to this company and I have been diehard ever since. Like, it's a team salt for the win. Like,
Team Salt is right. And we have had the pleasure of having the owner and CEO on our podcast. We will link that particular one in the show notes here, but I'm telling you, their products are just different. And I don't have anything to compare it to, but anytime I've recommended that a person who was a previous cup user who kind of gave up because they just weren't super happy with it and they tried the new brand, they are just in love and they are users for forever. So Danielle, explain, what is a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc?
Well, it's so funny that you ask. So before even deciding to make this episode, okay, let me just throw that out there. We had talked about the tampon shortage. You, me, and Bridgette had just sort of discussed it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to branch out and I'm going to try the disc. And I also wanted another size of the cup. So the cup for salt specifically, I'm just going to talk about salt because that's the experience that I have, but we definitely recommend doing your research, going wherever. I do have a couple of resources if anybody wants them. But salt has 3 different sizes. They have the teen size, they have the small size, and they have the regular size. And I actually, for the record, really like the way that they label their sizing because nobody wants to hear that they need a large or an extra large when it comes to things like that. So it's just the regular size. I love that so much. That just makes my heart happy.
It's normal.
So I followed, when I was first getting into the cup, I started following a YouTube channel called Put a Cup in It. And they would review all of the different cups and discs and everything out there. And actually, I was looking them up last night because yesterday I got my order in. So I placed a big old order through Salt again, has nothing to do with this video at all. It just happened to show up yesterday. So perfect timing. I ordered the teen cup for my extra light days. And since I don't know if there are guys watching or anybody who does not menstruate, this may not interest you, but I'm going to show you itty bitty. So this is for like super light days or for teens and things like that. But I like the smaller size for light days. And then I got the disc. And so when I was looking up different things about the disc, I actually found out. So the two other salt cups that I have are the soft, which I think is what you recommended, Amanda.
Yes.
And that was what my issue was with the other cup, was that it didn't feel soft enough for me. And I found out that the two ladies who run the Put a Cup in It were actually approached by Salt because of their expertise, and they helped design the softness, because you want it soft, but not like too soft, because it needs to be able to
pop open.
Yeah. Yes. Open up inside you to create that kind of seal. And so they helped create the specific type of softness, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah, this is what the cup looks like. I'm not going to bring out my others, but the others are much bigger than this in case you need much bigger than that for heavier days and stuff. And then I got the small disc. I wasn't 100% sure on the sizing. I should have done a little bit more research, because after watching a couple of videos yesterday, I should have probably went with the regular, it sounds like. But yeah, this is the difference. I have not used the disc yet. A little bit apprehensive about it, but cannot live without my disc or without my cups.
And I'm telling you, when used properly and inserted properly, you cannot feel them.
That's just, it's so lovely. And like, hello, this packaging is way too stinking cute.
It is. So and the colors are vibrant. They're just very cheerful. I mean, when you're going through that, the last thing you want is noisy, crazy packaging, bulky products, like all of the things. And so they just have designed the packaging and the product to just be so perfect, so inviting to use. If that's a great way to explain it. I don't know that it is, but sometimes I'm at a loss for words how much I love my products from Salt. They're just amazing. And let's dive into the underwear a little bit, because I got some of the underwear too. So full disclosure, they have sent us some of the underwear. Yes. All of this stuff I'm showing you, I purchased with my own money. Yes. Just throwing that out there. I purchased all of this, but it is some of my favorite underwear on the planet. It defies all odds that something designed for your period would actually be more comfortable than everyday underwear. And we are not saying that for any other reason, but we believe it to be true.
And again, I feel like this is totally becoming like you should buy Salt. You should buy Salt. I mean, you totally should, but also do your research. We're just trying to give people other options as opposed to pads and tampons, which right now it's just tampons. Once tampons start running dry, people who are one or single use users, they might have to move over to pads. So that might also be happening. We don't know. We're just trying to give you another option.
And I think there's
a few other options.
Absolutely. And I think there are so many women who are really put off by the concept of menstrual cups, disc, and period underwear. Even my mom was like, Amanda, like, are you turning a little hippie-ish? Like, she really was like, I've never heard of this. I'm concerned about you. Like, what? You reuse what for what? Like, she did not understand. I was like, Mom, I feel like $1 million when I'm using these products. I will never be caught without what I need, which was both of our reasons going into even trying this, because we could foresee this could be an issue. And it now is 2 years into it, but it is an issue. And I think, to your point, we both tried it out during a time that we felt comfortable trying it out, because if there were some issues or learning curves, I'm telling you, like, we felt good being at home, but I had not one learning curve issue with my sons.
Once I switched over from the cup that I wasn't super pleased with, I really haven't had any issues since.
Absolutely. And if you are also a mom of a young lady who maybe will be starting to menstruate in the future or currently is, I'm telling you, if I had a daughter at that age, I would have at least 5 to 7 pairs of the period underwear because at any point they're going to be starting.
Yep.
And the last thing you want to have happen is they're going to start at school, which seems to always be the horror stories that women end up having in so many ways, or a sleepover, or every time it comes at the worst time. And so that for young ladies, and you cannot tell that they're period underwear. They are very attractive. And it's funny. It's a joke in my house now because Marcus is like, why do you wear these all the time?
They're so good. They're that good.
They're that good. And we could go into, there's other, maybe you don't have a period, right? They're great for minor bladder leaks too. So if you've got the pee sneeze going on these days because you've birthed the baby or two, they are so great. So really the whole line of products really just helps whatever gets thrown a woman's way.
And I just wanted to mention a couple of things. First thing is with this teen size cup. This was developed, I believe, with the founder's daughter.
Yes.
Helped create this. And it's been a minute since I've watched that video of ours that I think we recorded that just over a year ago, something like that. So, and then I just kind of wanted to show you. So there's different ways that you can fold it. Again, we're not the experts here. So please look it up. But you would, fold it up in different ways to where they're really not that different compared to the size of a tampon. And that's including the disc. Super squishy, super soft. So different ways to fold these and things, but they are extremely comfortable. You cannot feel them. And then what was I going to say about the underwear? Why don't we talk about every company is different, but the ratio to how much a cup or a disc or the underwear can hold is in relation to how many tampons you would basically fill. So like, I'm not 100% sure on, it says right here, 2 tampons are the teen cup. And this is the smallest cup that they make. And this is already 2 tampons worth.
And let's talk about how busy we are as mom or working women, that to go to the bathroom to do that. Sometimes we have to make the time, obviously, but if you can get that much time back,
that would be incredible.
It is.
And it is.
And and we're like, and we know for a fact it is. And it can stay inside longer because it doesn't have harsh chemicals on it. So you can wear them longer, which I know this is a lot of TMI, but we are bringing you real life solutions to a real life problem right now. And we do not want you guys to feel like you don't have options, because you do.
I literally was having a conversation with a friend last night. So on my Instagram stories, I posted something about like the tampon shortage and stuff. And she didn't know. She hadn't been to the store yet. She doesn't need those supplies yet. And she was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And I was like, go figure out what cup, what disc, if you want the underwear, whatever it is, figure out what it is that would fit your needs best. And then do research on what company you want to go for, because I'm telling you, it is incredible. So if this is the two tampons worth for this one, the small is probably 3 to 4. The large is,
and look at your
4 to 5,
your disc, and read how many that holds, because that's a small.
Wow. And this is 4 tampons. It is small.
And I think when I sent the largest one to you guys, because I was like, you guys all came out with a disc, and I was so pumped. And I was on the pre-order. I was so pumped. I think the large is like over 6.
That's insane. That's crazy. And let me see, does it say what the underwear?
And it
doesn't say on the packaging
the type, because
it does depend on the type. You're right.
All different varieties of underwear in all different sizes, and they are beautiful. And
let me open one of these.
Talk about, while you're opening that up, to talk about pricing a little bit. There's no doubt, to do this pivot, there's a little bit of a financial investment.
It's a great point.
So keep that in mind. But the cups can last, I think, up to 10 years, if I'm correct. And the
Yes, they can.
underwear can, because you're gentle with the underwear when you're washing, you don't dry them, and the underwear will last forever too. So
Yeah.
even though it's initial investment, the overall savings is just insane.
And these ones specifically are 100% medical grade silicone and FDA registered and compliant. Like, this is no joke. They also do a lot for the environment. Like, can we just think about that? And then you mentioned something earlier that I wanted to touch on too, which is the fact that tampons and pads, most of them, not all of them, most of them are just filled with chemicals and bleach, and toxic shock syndrome is a very real thing. You can sleep in these. All of these. So the underwear, this is the underwear. These are my underwear. Tags still on them. Have not worn these.
Hold them up over there because it's blending in with your black apparel.
They are so soft. So like Amanda said, each style holds a different amount. Like, they have thongs, they have briefs, they have boy shorts, they have bikini cut, like whatever. They have so many different ones. So this is the brief, and this is a high absorbency. This is 3 to 4 tampons worth. Right there.
And can underwear. And when
can you see this? It is nothing.
It is like a normal pair of underwear. It defies all odds. It does what it does.
Magic. I don't get it. It's just magic.
And I wish, if you go to, especially their Instagram, they will do much better pictures of their products than what we're holding.
100%.
And you will be amazed at how beautiful they are. So if your underwear ever shows, like, no one is going to know you have period underwear.
And they're
no one.
constantly coming out with new lines, the discs are fairly new. They just came out with a pair of underwear, like an underwear line. And I believe they're even coming out with another one that I saw on Instagram recently. Like, they're constantly adding new things to their list. But again, just go check out what's interesting to you. I think Diva Cup was like one of the first ones. Luna is one that I hear people talk about. I think there's one called Hello.
And Thinks underwear, like with
Thinks, yes.
I don't know if they have menstrual cups. I know I always see ads for their underwear.
Yep. Same.
And we can't compare our experience with those because I don't know if they're a one size, like, does all the same thing as good as Salt. Again, we're just saying we're advocating for the products that we know to be true.
Go check out Put a Cup in It. They do anything cup and disc related. I don't think they talk about the undies.
Which they staying in their lane. So Are they also on IG or are they just on YouTube?
They are on IG as well. Yep.
I love it.
Put a cup in it.
Put a cup in it. And my husband just walked through and he was like, oh God.
What are we talking about?
Oh, God.
One quick thing about the Put a Cup in It that I really like is they have an anatomically correct, like, clear plastic.
Yes.
Device that they will actually show you, okay, this is where it's supposed to sit. This is how it fits in there. This is how you can fold it, all of that. So if there's any questions, they're the people to go to, in my opinion.
I forgot. I must have watched them a handful of times without realizing they're the people that you've recommended. And that diet or that product or whatever it's called is very helpful for somebody who doesn't necessarily understand the concept behind
100%.
So definitely go check them out, and we'll have them in the show notes as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think lastly, we should probably talk about, I feel bad just constantly saying salt, but
I know
they have a heart at ending period poverty. And all of the stuff that they're selling, so much of the proceeds go to putting these important products into people's hands in countries who have been fighting tampon shortages or never having them at all, ever.
I know.
And to me, that's just such a magical thing.
Which, being in a, first world country, I could not even imagine what these poor women go through.
No. And to know that one cup can sustain them for 10 years, up to 10 years.
I mean, that's life-changing. Absolutely life-changing.
Think about it either. And I think the story was shared with us from the CEO of Salt, owner, all the good stuff. She's amazing. That in the one country that they were giving the items to, they would have to go to a special part of, say, the village or something when they were menstruating, and they couldn't be a part of that. And how discouraging as a woman that, go there.
You're exiled for a week.
Where when she had her menstrual cup, there was no, like, if she had it or not. She could fake it out a little bit more because there wasn't a need. And I just love how empowering that is for women across the globe. And it can be for you here too in the United States. Who would have ever thought?
It really is, because for the first time, I tried this at, I'm 34. So 32 years old, I was trying this for the first time. And for the first time in 20 years, I actually felt confident when I would go out in public. Like, I don't have to pack 400 different things with me thinking that I was gonna, leak through, which could very easily happen in any product. I felt confident.
It's true.
Wearing a cup for the first time.
Yep. To not have to plan out your trip based on how many changes you would need or anything like that. It's just,
when can I make it to the bathroom? Okay, I have meetings from this time to this time, but I need to make sure that I schedule in a break so I can get to the bathroom. And it's exhausting being a woman. We all know this.
We do all know. So anything to make our life easier. So why are we talking about such a crazy topic? Well, because it's the reality for 50% of the population.
Yep.
Is it embarrassing? No. Is it taboo? It shouldn't be.
Nope.
Does it make us less professional because we speak about really like important topics? No. And I will die on that sword.
Same. Did I just show the entire world my underwear? Yeah.
Yes.
If you're just listening to the podcast and you are interested in checking any of this out, go to our YouTube channel and you'll see me holding up all the things we talked about today.
All the goods.
Yep.
I love how timely your packaging came. Like,
oh my gosh. I did, when we decided to do this, I was like, it's not going to make it in time. Let me tell you also that was a very quick delivery, and I didn't pay for expedited shipping or anything.
I can just see Saltco, like, to the Mrs. Doubtfire music, like, help is on the way, and they're delivering all of the menstrual cups.
That's good.
Because they really are helping out a lot of women now. And I'm just glad they had the vision to create such a wonderful product that's helping many, many women over many, many years. So super fun. So any last remarks before we close this one up and stop talking about the good old menstrual cup?
Yeah, just do your research, figure out what's going to work for you and your anatomy. And it may take a little trial and error because there is a learning curve, but not much. You'll figure it out. You'll get to know your anatomy really well.
Absolutely. And we are an open book. So if you have any questions for us, send us a DM on Instagram and we will answer it. Maybe if we get enough questions, we might actually even do some reels.
Ooh,
or some stories kind of addressing.
Do some Q&A.
Yeah. No, we're not the experts. We're just speaking from what's worked for us. So keep that in mind when we're answering, but we're happy to answer any of your questions that you might have because it can be very scary, but we're telling you, you'll never go back once you go this direction.
Nope. Absolutely not. Never again.
We promise. It's so good.
Cool.
Good talk, ladies. Good talk. Well, next week we'll be back with another episode with our sweet Bridgette.
Yes, we missed you.
I know we really did. It's hard to do it without our third party, but we got a schedule to keep and a dog to satisfy.
Exactly.
Your sweet dog.
Oh my gosh, he's driving me nuts.
See, we don't have time for, tampon shortages when this is our lives.
Right. I have a plumber here and I'm talking about period stuff. And that's why my dog's barking.
Hey, one thing's for sure. He's not going to come up the steps and say, hey, who's been, that's right. Oh, she didn't need tampons. You'd be like,
that's right.
It ain't me.
That's exactly right. No, not me.
No question there. Fun stuff. Well, we will see you all next week for another episode of Bad Moms in Business. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all of your women friends who might be battling this tampon shortage. We promise we are going to give you some hope.
That's
Have
right.
a good week, everyone. Bye.